Hey guys, my name is Ehsan and welcome to my channel. Actually, welcome to your channel. It's kind of a Persian thing. What's mine is yours. Your guests here, but this place belongs to you too. In this part, we are going to take down two mini bosses, and one of them can actually be pretty tough. We're also stepping into a brand new area of the game, and at the end, we're about to witness a scene that I won't say it's unmatched in video games, but it's definitely rare.
さて、墓地。分かって足のやって。おめえ。
This area is called the Sunken Valley, but let's be honest, it's not just a deep valley. The proper name should be the Wild West Gunpowder Valley, because clearly the people living here were not ready for open access to gunpowder. These enemies grabbed whatever they could find and turned it into firearms. Some of them are using something that looks like a Springfield Model 1873, bayonet included, which means they can stab you with thrust damage or just shoot you in the face. The good news? After every shot, they actually have to reload, which at least historically fits the old setting of the game. But then, some of them are holding something that I can't even identify. Is it a Gatling gun? Is it a shotgun? Is it a Gatling shotgun something? No one knows. Each barrel fires one round and somehow they reload the whole thing every time. And then we reach the peak of insanity, the mini boss of this area. This guy is basically holding a modern assault rifle. The magazine fits a serious amount of bullets. He doesn't even seem to reload. He just keeps shooting on semi-automatic mode. And let's not forget the fourth version we've already seen in the game, literal cannons. Based on basic physics, a cannon of that size, built with alloys from that era, should weigh an absurd amount. Yet somehow, none of these weapons have recoil. Not the rifles, not the multi-barrel shit, not even the cannon. And now for the darkest part, the alloy of Kusabimaru. We still don't know what it's made of, but it can deflect every single bullet without taking any damage. Which leads me to one simple question. When I put the edge of Kusabimaru in front of the surface area of that Gatling shotgun, whatever that thing is, how exactly do all the bullets get deflected in one single spot? Do these bullets have some kind of emotional attachment to my blade? Anyway, let's just agree on one thing. The residents of this valley were not mentally prepared for gunpowder.
兄の備えなきは懐かしい。
Alright, now it's time to fight the mini-boss of this area. And let me be honest, I'm actually scared of this lady. She has killed me many times. So because of that, you're about to witness a lot of panic hysteric block spam from me in this fight. Before we jump in, let's go fit the loaded umbrella to our prosthetic arm. It can really help us in this battle.
お前さん。ではまあ。
タケル様が故郷より持ってこられた床桜、その枝を倒り花を持ち去った者、花をなくした床桜の木では、
Alright, as usual, before we start the fight, I want to talk a bit about this mini-boss and how to deal with her. Snake Eyes Shirahagi. First of all, no matter what snakes are good at, vision is not one of their strengths. So the title Snake Eyes probably refers to that unblinking stare, that patient hunter vibe. That being said, this mini-boss, and honestly the enemies in this area, seem to be equipped with some kind of modern thermal camera with insane optical zoom. They don't look patient at all. The moment they see you from 3 kilometers away, they start shooting at you fast as shit. Now, about this mini-boss specifically, you're fighting someone who has a massive weakness to poison. Almost all female mini-bosses and enemies in this game are highly vulnerable to poison. I don't know why, but we're going to take advantage of that using Sabimaru. At the beginning of each phase, use Sabimaru to poison her, then immediately switch to the loaded umbrella. From this point on, besides your main weapon Kusabimaru, you can use the loaded umbrella both to block and to deflect. If you time it properly, your block turns into a deflect. But remember, each use consumes one spirit emblem. This mini-boss can both shoot at you and use her weapon like a melee blade to deal damage. Both her shots and her melee attacks can be deflected with Kusabimaru or with the loaded umbrella. She also has a unique perilous attack. She can grab you with her weapon, pull you toward her, and then shoot you. For this grab shot attack, you have two options. Option 1, the hard way. After you get grabbed, there is a very small window before the shot fires, where you can actually deflect it. But it's difficult. It counts as a delayed attack, and the timing is tight. Personally, I haven't used this method yet, but I know it's possible. Option 2, the easier way. Cancel the entire grab attack so it never reaches the shooting part. Whenever you see the perilous kanji during this fight, immediately use the loaded umbrella. If you hold the prosthetic tool button, the umbrella stays open. As long as it's open, you're in a blocking state, so you don't have to tap it. You can press and hold. If you activate it at the right moment, it will deflect for you, and every deflect means posture damage. So here's the easy strategy summarized. At the start of each phase, poison her once with Sabimaru. Immediately switch to the loaded umbrella. Until you see a perilous attack, use your main weapon for damage and deflects. The moment you see the kanji, use the loaded umbrella. We're not done yet. There's still one more hard section ahead. The moment we leave the mini-boss arena, a rain of bullets starts flying toward us. What you need to do is run in a zigzag pattern and make your way to the bridge. There's a hole in the middle of the bridge. Jump down through it. While you're falling, the second you see the grappling hook prompt, use it immediately to reach a relatively safe spot. Now, it's not completely safe, but we've survived the worst part of the path. These snake eyes must be extremely farsighted. They can spot you from miles away, but once you get close, they're completely lost. Close the distance and you can deal with them pretty easily. Now, we're about to fight a familiar mini-boss. Last time, I actually said his name was Giraffe, but that was wrong. I mixed up the name. But this time, it really is Giraffe. The strategy is exactly the same as before. Nothing changes in how we approach this fight, so keep the 4-5-1 rhythm in your deflects and stay consistent with your timing. If you play football or you're a serious football fan, you already know what 4-5-1 means. 4 defenders, 5 midfielders, and 1 forward. A defensive system built on structure and discipline. And that's exactly what we're doing here. A defensive setup, but instead of blocking, we deflect. Whenever he goes for the sweep attack, just jump on his head. As we cross this bridge, the great serpent, the one whose right eye we blinded earlier, is going to destroy it. When the bridge comes down, we fall into the water. Don't worry, that part is completely fine. The moment you hit the water, move toward this rock and hide behind it. On paper, his right eye is blind, so he shouldn't be able to see us. But don't trust that. Slowly move toward the grass on the right side, the ones growing in the water. Reaching them increases your stealth. Keep following this exact path until you reach the next sculptor's idol. We're going to need it for the next episode. Once the great serpent attacks the bridge and you make it safely to this sculptor's idol, everything is set for what I can only describe as absolute cinema. And that's exactly what the final part of this episode is about.
さてと、ぼちぼち、分かってるかもしれない。アシナは今、随分気なくやってくるネズミのか。おめえも。
Every time I reach this part of the game and watch this scene, I get completely carried away. And this time was no different. I got so caught up in the moment that I just closed the game before even saying goodbye to you guys. If you were actually waiting for my farewell, which I highly doubt, well, this was part 13. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next episode.